Last time on Ultima VII, the Black Gate, we left Britain after recruiting Shamino, Sal Desil, and went onwards towards a Moongate. We went through the Moongate and found ourselves in Jellum. In Jellum, the city of fighters, we wandered ourselves over to the tavern and found an old companion of ours, Dupre, a paladin and knight of Lord British. Dupre is a strong character, so we definitely recruited him into our party. Before we recruited him, he told us he was on a journey to sample each and every single alcoholic beverage in every single tavern in Britannia. We ventured back towards the Moongate and back to Britain, and went onwards to a neighboring town near Britain called Cove. The lake here, Loch Lake, is rather polluted and looks rather nasty. We plugged our noses and ventured onwards to find another old companion, Yana, a druid. She is not a very strong character, but she is very handy as she can heal, cure poison, and resurrect us about once a day or so. Venturing back to Britain, we talked to a loony farmer called Mac, a chicken farmer who apparently found a spaceship in his nearby farmland. He told us Tigerline came out of the ship, nearly killed him, and he was saved only by the Hoe of Destruction, of which we managed to find. We found a key in Loch Lake before going to Britain, and a fish of all places. The Hoe of Destruction is a rather handy weapon. It is one of the most powerful weapons in Ultima VII. After all that, we went over to Castle British and finally talked to Lord British and brought him up to date about why we're here in Britannia. We went through a Red Moongate, we told him about the murder intrinsic, and after a while of talking, he offered us a spell book in a storeroom on the rooftop of the castle. We had to find this room on our own, well, not just one room, but two rooms, and we found a bevy of equipment that will help us out in the future. Alright, welcome back to some more Ultima VII The Black Gate. I am totally recording this time. Close this door up on the rooftop, and back through Lord British's bedroom. But yeah, welcome back to some more Ultima VII. I think for this part, we're going to talk to a few more people in Lord British's castle later. It's actually rather late in game. It's 8:09. I'm going to go try to find a inn to spend the night at. I don't know what happened 2 days ago. I opened up my recording software. I was double checking settings, and after I closed out the settings, once everything checked out, I guess my brain thought, it's time to play Ultima VII, you are totally recording, so just go do it. Maybe I clicked it, maybe I accidentally clicked it like twice or something. I could use a little food. Britain sure is big. Let's change the FPS actually to 6 and see how that works. And who's hungry? Dupre is hungry. Well, eat whatever I gave you, I guess. Anyone else hungry? Yana? Spark? YOLO? Me? No. Let's go find a tavern to spend our time at. I think thy old relics are here. Well, let's go inside. Did we already check this area? I don't think we did. And there's nobody here. There's usually a curator here in this museum, but I imagine she or he is somewhere else. I actually can't even remember. I'm pretty sure it was the part 4, excuse me. I probably did it when I was supposed to be recording. I had to do this entire commentary all over again, but fair enough. I think the commentary wasn't that good anyway, so I can redo and do better. Let's go in here. Hopefully there's a person in here that I want to talk to. There is. And this guy here is actually a familiar companion. His name is a fighter. Let's talk to him. You see a dashing, slender man, stylishly dressed with a lot of flair. I'm not going to ask his name because this is actually an old companion of the Avatar. This is Santre. He was in Ultima II as his first appearance. He was the character you got the quick sword Enilno from in order to defeat the Enchantress Minax, the wife of Mondain. Job. When I'm not adventuring with old friends, I am a trainer in Britain. I specialize in combat involving swordsmanship. I am quite good at that, as thou dost remember. I would drop everything to join thy group if thou art not too encumbered. Join? I like small crowds, Avatar. Thou art traveling with a group too large for my tastes. If thou shouldst lose someone along the way, return, and I should be happy to join thee. So you need 5 or less party members, including yourself, to get Santre to join. As he said, he likes small groups, but there's a little trick. If you want him in your party, and he's actually a pretty good party member, recruit him first as your 4th or 5th member, and then recruit, let's say, Yana and a few other party members as well. He won't leave if you recruit more people up to like 6 or 8 companions. I'm kind of weird in the sense that if he doesn't like small groups, I like to just go ahead and just not recruit him. Because these are my favorite party members right here. I always play with these characters. Well, tell us about swordsmanship. Santre draws his sword so quickly it is like a flash of lightning. He does a few fancy moves, slashing the air with a blade. No foe shall stand after I am finished with him. Friends. I do not see our old friends Yolo, Shamino, or Dupre much. But we got Yolo here, what do you have to say to him? How art thou, friend? Thou dost look like thou couldst use a little training thyself. What is this? Everyone doth make fun of my physique. I'm not making fun, Yolo. I am serious. Santre laughs. It's very funny. Well, what do you have to say to Shamino? He's right here. Say, Shamino, art thou still spending thy time dressing in women's clothes? Wow. What an opener. What? Or art thou wasting away thy life in a healer's den, now that thou art in thy middle ages? Careful, friend, those are fighting words. Santre punches Shamino good-naturedly. And that is all they are, my dear friend. Words, 'tis good to see thee. Hey, words can hurt. That was a really biting insult when he first started. Dupre, unfortunately, has nothing to say to Yana. In fact, Yana doesn't really say much in this party. Take a little break, but Yolo, Spark, Shamino, and Dupre have the most to say as you're adventuring in Britannia in this game. Ah, my old good friend Dupre, hast thou some good ale on thee? Yes, he does. He has like 3. No, but I would be glad to stop in a pub and share a few pints with thee. Sounds good to me. Next time we pass a place, let us stop. Unfortunately, he's not coming with us. Train? My fee is 30 gold for a training session. Is this all right? No. Then I shall rob someone else. Santre laughs aloud. Very funny. If he's in your party, though, Santre will train you for free. He trains dexterity and combat. I believe +1. Can't remember. Britain. I am becoming weary of the place. It is having growth pains of which the bourgeoisie, I believe that's pronounced right, I don't know, I'm not French, are unaware. All is not as serene as the noblemen present it. Not serene, you say. Well, for example, try going to one of the smaller towns, say, Pause. It is a poor man's place. It reeks too. Reeks, really? More than Cove? And 'tis only just beyond the Britain town limits. More money should be put into improving the land as a whole, not just in building new buildings in the capital city. I do not know what Lord British is thinking. Well, the problem is that he doesn't think. Doesn't do much at all, really. Lord British. I never see him much. He stays in that castle of his all the time. He never gets out. No wonder he hasn't a clue what is going on in this country. And that is all he has to say. Goodbye. Until later. And for some reason, he's attacking the archery target with a sword. In the base game, he actually uses a bow and arrow. Exalt does things a little differently. The schedules of the NPCs in this engine is not like the original. It's not 100% side by side, you know. That's one of the downsides. I'm not sure if they fixed it mostly, but it's kind of always been like that. Little things too, like your party members, like not staying in formation when you have more than 4 members. He has some plate armor in here, though, and a 2-handed sword. We're not going to take it, but if you want it, there's a key in his drawer right here. I only really take it if I'm recruiting him into the party, but let's go ahead and leave. The next step is to find a place to stay. A little inn room. You can totally just go ahead and use your bedroll in the streets and go to sleep. The guards won't bother you, I think. But I like to go ahead and just order an inn room. If I can find an inn, that'd be great. I forget where it is. Let's go this way. Also, it's rather dark outside, so you can take off your fire sword. See how dark it is? That's why you need torches, but since we have the fire sword, we have no need for torches. My goodness, I gotta do this entire part all over again. Oh well. Well, I know I'm totally recording. I double-checked, triple-checked. There we go. The inn. Who's inside? There he is. How you doing? Let's go ahead and talk to him. You see a sour-faced innkeeper who looks at you as if all his problems were your fault. What's your name? My name is James. James Sunderland? No, just James from Britannia. Job? I'm the proprietor of the inn. Proprietor, you say? It is just another way of saying that I am the man who is the desk clerk, which thou mayest think is an easy job, although it is not, I can assure thee. Not easy? When one is an innkeeper, one must run around all day long. If anyone wants anything, thou art the one who must take care of it for them. Run around? I spend so much time running around that I have gotten a bad foot. Sorry to hear that. Desk clerk. Of course, being a desk clerk is not all I do. I must spend all day listening to people talk about their problems as if I'm supposed to solve them. Welcome to my world. Maybe solving people's problems is an easy task for other innkeepers, but not only am I bad at it, I have my own problems as well. What sort of problems? I do not like my job. I never wanted to be an innkeeper. I just wanted to keep the place going after my father passed on. Now that I am married to Cynthia, I am more tied down than ever. Is that your wife? Do not mistake my words, my lord. I love Cynthia with all mine heart. But there are times I feel I am too young to be married. Besides, I know I cannot be a good husband for her. Why not? How can I make Cynthia happy on the pittance an innkeeper makes when all day long she is counting all that money in the mint? I know I cannot. Mint. I know the nature of the heart, my good friend. After being exposed to such large sums of money, she shall begin to covet it. As I cannot provide it, she shall leave me to give her heart to a wealthy man. Perhaps a merchant or a nobleman. The thought of it makes my blood boil. Happy. Already I can sense she is worried about our marriage. I know that there is something wrong between us. Innkeeper. Instead of being an innkeeper, I always secretly wanted to be a pirate. When I was not sailing the seas, I would be living in Buccaneer's Den. Probably have as much money as a merchant, too. If your plundering goes well. Buccaneer's Den. We're going to go there one day. It is obviously a pirate haven if you couldn't tell from the name. As I understand it, they have an excellent house of games there, as well as opulent baths. Or at least so I have heard from Gordon, the man who sells fish and chips. Pirate. Thou knowest for certain that few, if any, people would pour their troubles out to pirates. If I were a pirate, I could get this bad foot replaced with a peg, too. Listening. That is correct, my lord, so if thou dost have a problem, allow me the courtesy of not having to hear all about it. Now, what was it I was saying again? Inn. This place is called the Wayfarer's Inn. It has a long, substantial history in Britain. If thy grandparents ever came to town, this is probably where they stayed. Well, I'd like a room, please. Oh, I suppose thou wouldst like a room now. This is what I said. There, that is just what I mean. It is 10 gold pieces per person for a night. Thou dost want a room, dost thou not? Yes. Here's thy room key. It is only good until thou leavest the inn. And this key, thou shalt just come back again wanting something else from me. I just know it. Of all the inns I want to get a room at, I had to get one from a grumpy guy. But this key works here or here. I'm going to go in here and check the register. John Paul of Serpent's Hold. Horf of Serpent's Hold. Featherbank of Moonglow. Tervis of Buccaneer's Den, and Lord Shamino. Shamino stayed here. I like reading those things. Let's close this door. Lock it. There's a reason why I'm locking it. Only because if I was going to go in an inn room in real life, I would probably want to lock the door behind me. It's currently 8:57, so I think we'll sleep for 11 hours. You can set it up to 12 or just sleep to 0. If you choose 0, Yellow gives you an exasperated look. Never mind then. Go back in and we'll choose 11. Pleasant dreams, Yellow says. And not just Yellow, it can be any party member. It's chosen at random. Rise, Reuben. Time to continue the quest. So there's a reason why I locked the door. Because they start walking around, going outside, opening doors and stuff, and I think it's better just to leave them in that room. As you probably noticed, everyone is very, very hungry. They are famished. Let's see if that text pops up again. Actually, no. Let's just go ahead. They're taking damage. I must have food. Well, let's go ahead and feed them. Ah, yes, much better. Ah, very tasty, very tasty. Dang, Yana, she burped up a good one. I'm gonna eat two. I gotta eat two, you know? Very tasty, very tasty. No thank thee. Very tasty, no thank thee. I burped two. Probably not as good as Yana's. That's okay. No thank thee. No thank thee. Everyone's full. I like to go ahead and fill up everyone's bellies to max. Otherwise, they can get really annoying when it comes to eating. We only have two pieces of meat left. We got ham and mutton. I think Dupre still has his alcohol. Yes, he does. He's like, you guys can eat all the food you want, but you're not going to touch my alcohol. All right, let's go back to Castle British and make a save. I gotta do all this again. We made a lot of progress in the last part. My goodness. Yeah, let's go back to the castle. There's 3 people I want to talk to. Actually, let's go in here first. Look at this statue here. I wonder who that is. That's a very voluptuous statue, isn't it? My goodness. Not complaining. That's a good thing. Anyways, let's go in here. You know, if you had HOA, you couldn't have a statue like that out front. Look at this one here. This one's male. He looks rather chiseled. He's got the Ankh shield right here. And there's still nobody in here. I think they will come later. I'm not going to examine these things yet. And it's really hard for me to talk to because on my end, that music is very, very loud. I have to edit it in post. A lot of the music in this game, since it's so old, some of it are so quiet you can barely hear it. And some is a little bit too loud. Eventually, I think. I don't think all of them are too loud. Some of them... I never ran across it. Like, for example, Hail Britannia is playing. This one's a bit quieter on my end. The last music you heard, the throne room music, was very loud on my end. Let's talk to this gentleman here. This is also an old companion of the Avatar. Let's go ahead and save and talk to him. This is Jeffrey. You see your former companion and friend, Jeffrey, Captain of the Guard. We already know his name, so I'm not going to click on that. Let's ask his job. These days, I remain in my position as Captain of the Guard. I'm Lord British's personal bodyguard, and I am in charge of security at the castle. We do not have much time or use for adventuring now. So unfortunately, we can't recruit him. That's too bad because he was a very powerful party member in Ultima VI. You can also recruit him in 4, I believe, and 5. I may be misremembering, but I'm pretty sure he was in the 6th game. Adventuring. I've aged a bit over the last 200 years. I'm afraid I shall not be joining thee this time, but my thoughts are with thee, and if I may offer some assistance, I shall be glad to do so. Assistance. Mine advice to thee is to build up thine experience and skills as soon as possible. Thou hast been away from Britannia for a long time. Thou mightest not be in the same shape thou wert in at the end of thy last adventure here. So that reminds me, in Ultima 4, 5, and 6, you can transfer your save from Ultima 4 into 5 and transfer your stats, or at least become a stronger avatar in the succeeding game. You can do the same from 5 to 6. But unfortunately in the Black Gate you can't do that, so you have to start at level 3. Experience. Go and search for monsters, vanquish them, take their gold, gain experience. Use that experience when thou dost visit trainers, increase thy strength, dexterity, and intelligence, as well as thy combat skill and ability to perform magic. Thou wilt be lost without this necessary evolution of experience. Aged. Yes, it has been a long time by Britannian reckoning since I have seen mine homeland. When thou hast finished with thy business, do come back and tell me news of what is happening in our homeworld. Nothing ever comes of that, by the way. That's just dialogue. Shape. There's apparently another difference in our two worlds. Whenever thou shalt return it Whenever thou shalt return it is as if thy physical body has arrived here for the first time. It is the reason why many of thine own companions have chosen to stay here, even though they have aged in Britannian time. So yeah, basically, I mentioned this in the beginning, the Avatar does not age because he goes back to Earth, but time continues onwards in Britannia. And I believe Jeffrey is from Earth, Yolo is as well, so is Shamino, Dupre, and I think Yana as well. Lord British too, of course. I believe they age a bit slower than actual Britannians, because you're going to see, like, some returning characters from Ultima VI, and they age pretty noticeably compared to someone like Shamina or Dupre. Bye. Have courage, have faith, be strong, be wise. His quarters are like very Spartan, is it? It's like just a cot in a room. That's the thing with these old games. You walk into a house, it doesn't really look lived in, which is fine. We're not going to talk to these people yet. I'm going to go out to the courtyard. Imagine having an actual castle in real life. That's like a dream of mine. Like a castle that's like built, or like a house that looks like a castle. Let's talk to this gentleman here. It's your old friend Nistel, now a decrepit old man in mage's robes. He seems lost in thought, far away. So we already know his name. This is another returning character in the Ultima games. We're going to choose it anyways. Let's test his mental faculties. We were told that mages in Britannia are kind of losing their minds and going a bit crazy. The mage looks confused a moment. My name is Nistel? Yes, that is it. Okay, what is your job, Nistel? Well, I used to perform quite a bit of magic, he says apologetically. At least, I think I used to do so. There's a man named Lord British, I think. I work for him. Okay, well, what can you tell me about Lord British? Lord who? Dost thou mean that old man who sometimes sits on the throne? That'd be him, yeah. Well, tell me about magic. You are a magician, are you? Sometimes the magic works, sometimes it doth not. He waves his hand and drops his wand. Oops, he cries as he bends to pick it up. Spark says, Art thou sure this man is not really the jester? I'm pretty sure. I've known him for a while, Spark. But he would make a good jester nowadays. Anyway, as I was saying, what was I saying? Oh yes, magic. I can still sell thee some spells or reagents if thou wouldst like. Let's take a gander, shall we? Dost thou wish to buy some spells? Yes. Which circle? Let's check out the first. You can get create food, great douse, light, and locate. I think I will not choose any of these. We kind of don't really need them now. Food is actually easy to come by in this game. I'll show that in this part. I showed that when I was recording Thursday, but as you know, I forgot to record. Guess I was too excited to play this game. Okay, second, he has Enchant. This is a good spell. Mass Cure. That cures poison for all your party members. Protection and Telekinesis. Enchant is very good. This enchants magical crossbow bolts and arrows, which gives it a lot more accuracy. We're not going to choose that just yet, though. I don't really use magic until a bit in the midpoint of the game, when I start coming across a lot of money. Let's check out 3. Heal, Swarm, Protect All, and Sleep. I think we have Heal. Oh, excuse me. Ate about an hour ago. I had a lot of pizza today, so I'm kind of burping it up a little bit, so excuse me. I also had to talk a lot early in the day, so I apologize if my voice is like a little off. I feel like getting a little tired already. I might need to take a little break in 8 minutes, and then I can continue the recording. Thankfully, you don't have to see that. I can just skip ahead. Okay, he's got Conjure, Mass Curse, Reveal, and Unlock Magic. Out of all these, Unlock Magic is really good. There's going to be some doors later in the game that are locked by magic. You can't use lockpicks on them. You need to use this spell. I'm not going to choose that just now. We will come back to that in the future. I'm just looking through these. 5th has Dispel Field, Great Heal, Invisibility, and Fire Field. Invisibility is really good. Great Heal too, but I never really use it for one reason. Let's go to 6. Cause Fear, Fire Ring, Flame Strike, and Sleep Field. Don't need those. We chose 6, right? Let's try 7. Death Bolt, Energy Field, Energy Mist, and Mass Might. This spell is actually not bad. It's used in one instance if you want to see a little Easter egg against one enemy. It's also good against a certain enemy as well. Try not to spoil it too much, by the way. Death Vortex, Mass Death, Invisible All. This is also good, and Time Stop. So not every mage... Let's check out the reagents. Not every mage in this game, like this mage here, Nistel, he doesn't sell every spell you can buy. He doesn't sell every reagent you can buy. Each mage will sell specific reagents, so once you start buying spells and reagents, you need to go to a specific mage, because some of them, they don't sell all the same reagents, you know. Let's choose nothing, though. So other mages have different kinds of spells. Are we going somewhere? No, we are not. Goodbye. Nistel, we will talk to you later. We also got a plaque here, the Throne Room of Lord British. There's something special about this sign, this plaque. Little Easter egg, but we can't mess with it right now. So let's go talk to... there. Actually, never mind. I thought I had to talk to Lord British, but I guess not. Does he say anything new? Yes, Reuben, Lord British asks. Not much. Actually, hold on. We gotta heal Spark because he started having stomach pains because he wasn't eating. Now let's go talk to... who else? We talked to Nistel. We talked to Jeffrey. Oh, right. We gotta talk to... oh my god. We gotta talk to Chuckles the Jester. No. This guy's a little annoying. Alright. And once again, the music was really loud on my end. You are aware of conversing with that trickster Chuckles, but decide to anyway. We know his name, but let's go ahead and choose name. I must not say my name lest I break the rule of the game. Job? I was, am, and shall be the court. Fool? I could give thee a clue if I wish, but for now my job is to play the game. Well, tell me about the game then, Chuckles. It's quite the name for a jester, isn't it? Chuckles. Thou must play the game if thou dost want to speak with me. Alright, well, I know the rules of the game, and you probably do too. I mean, we all watched Spoonie's video, right? If not, I'll explain it after this game is all over. We're not going to choose this, or this, or this. We're going to choose I know the game. Then just play it. Okay? Of what do we speak? Of what thou wouldst like. How about a joke? I do not think I can tell a good joke whilst I play the game. 'Twould be hard. I have one. Why did the hen cross the road? To get to the side she was not on. Okay, how about thou? Why dost thou want to speak of me? Canst thou not think of a thing much more fun of which to speak? Women, girls, like, why are these like, these are the same. Anyways, we're gonna choose food. We can't choose the other ones, we'll fail. There's good food at the pub. As for me, I like to eat on the floor of my room. That doesn't sound very sanitary. Let's ask him, where is the Blue Boar? Thou canst get a good meal there, but I could give thee a good clue. Well, give me it then. Art thou sure thou canst play the game? I thought we were. Well, yes, I'm pretty sure. Then prove it. Talk to me. Hello, Chuckles. Hello, Fool. Hi, Chuckles or hi, Chuck? We're going to choose hi, Chuck. Hi there. What is on thy mind? Too much. I do know what thou dost mean. Thou dost need my help, yes? Yes, I do. I could give thee a clue. I would like to give Chuckles a black eye. I would like to too, YOLO, but let's just keep going. We will choose, that would be big of thee. What wilt thou give me for a clue? I shan't murder thee, that'd be kind of funny, but if you choose that, you fail. We're going to choose gold. Chuckles holds his hand up. 'Tis not right. I give thee a clue for free. 'Tis here in this scroll. So long, my friend. Do not lose how to play the game. So the game, how you play it, you gotta choose one-word syllables, like yes, no, maybe will fail. So if it's 2 syllables or more, you fail. That's the game. He gave us a scroll. We will read it. We'll also go ahead and read the other stuff too. We still have the key that we got from the hotel. I forgot to mention too, the key won't disappear, so you can actually go back there and sleep with the same key. I'm probably going to do that because if I legitimately buy a room for the night, the game is going to give us too many keys, I think. So we're just going to pretend we're going to spend gold to spend the night at inns. You don't need to do that. You can just put your bedroll anywhere you want and just sleep. But I kind of like to role play a bit, It's money's easy to come by. Speaking of which, we have 779 pieces of gold. Let's read the scroll Chuckles just gave us. How to keep the avatar busy for hours looking for a clue. Please scroll forward. Okay. How to keep the avatar very busy for hours looking for a clue. Okay. How to keep the avatar very, very busy for hours looking for a clue. Ugh, chuckles. My goodness. How to keep the avatar very, very, very busy for hours looking for a clue. How to keep the avatar so very, very, very incredibly busy for hours looking for a clue. How to keep the avatar so very, very, absolutely, unbelievably, incredibly busy for hours looking for a clue. Please be the last one. That was the last one, thank goodness. When thou art not so busy, thou shouldst seek out Margareta the gypsy in Minnock, and have thy fortune told. Signed, Chuckles. That's a good clue, by the way. We're also going to read this. This is the ship deed Lord British gave us in the last part. By proclamation of Lord British, this is an official document denoting ownership of the heretofore mentioned sailing vessel. Forgery of this title is prohibited under law number la-di-da, section 809, deed. The ship name is the Golden Ankh. The shipwright is Clint of Britain. We need to talk to him, actually, Clint of Britain. But let's go back into Britain. There's two people I like to talk to here. This is a big city, too. We also still need the sextant so we can navigate around the world easier. The game world in Ultima VII is much smaller than in previous Ultima games. It doesn't really bother me because in this game, as a game, there's a lot to do in this game. A lot of areas to explore, so even though things are pretty condensed, there's just a lot. It's going to take you, if you're thorough, about 60 hours to do every quest, look in every dungeon, and basically just experience everything this game has to offer. But it can be pretty short. We can actually finish a game like, I think 10 parts or less, honestly. Let's go in here. I think the lady is here finally, or the dude. Answer is no. It's not even 9 o'clock yet. It almost is. I think we'll talk to the shipwright, Clint. Clint Eastwood? No, Clint the shipwright. It's one thing about the name Clint, you always think about, you know, Clint Eastwood in the Man with No Name trilogy and Unforgiven and stuff. Here we go. Why are we here? Because we gotta figure out where the crown jewel left. We also need to talk to Batlin, too, the Fellowship branch leader here in Britain. Before you stands an old sailing man whose determined face appears to have weathered many a storm. Name, I. B. Clint. Great, can you tell me about the crown jewel that was, docked in port? Where'd it go? The crown jewel came to Britain? Not any time recently. Most certainly not. I remember the crown jewel and it has not been to Britain for a long time. Oh. Okay, well, kind of a dead end, I guess. Job? In my youth, I was a sailor who sailed across the sea in tall ships. Now I must content myself solely with selling ships and sextants to others. Sailor. Of course, this was in the day when it took mighty men to be a sailor. Nowadays, those who set out to sea would not have lasted a day. But I suppose it is the nature of the universe that everything slowly becomes more tame. You know, that is pretty true, isn't it? Tame. Soon, all the monsters will die off, and the whole world will join together in trust and worthiness and unity, like all those fellowship people say. Bah! The world was a lot better place when everybody fought everybody else, I say. Really? You must not have lived through the Age of Darkness. Well, tell me about the Fellowship. It doesn't sound like you like them too much. It is always the best thing to make thine own way in the world, and not listen to what thou art told to believe. It's better remember that. Oh, believe me, I know. Bye. If thou art in need of a ship, I hold the deed to a fine one. Thou wilt also need a sextant to help steer her true. That's actually not true. You can steer the ship without it. Tell me about the ship deed, though. We're not going to buy it. The deed to the ship, the Beast, costs 800 gold pieces. Dost thou wish to purchase her? Purchase her, excuse me? No. I thought I also need a ship to be sure to come back here, excuse me. Sextant? 100? No. We're gonna buy a sextant eventually. I'm trying to buy a specific one. May thy travels be... I didn't read that part, never mind. Smooth sailing, I guess. That's not where the ship is. I just want to see what it looks like. Each ship has a different thing right here. The last one was the scaly eel intrinsic, and it had the eel for a motif at the front, whatever it's called. I think we're ready to go to, meet Batlin. the Fellowship branch leader. There's a lot of people to talk to here in good old Britain. It's a big town, big city. Bread fit for a king. That food smells good. Well, too bad we're not going to eat right now. Spark. Now, where is the Fellowship branch? It has to be in this direction, I remember. These are just regular houses here. We're not going to go inside them. Not much of a thief in this game. I know, that's a thing to say when I was stealing things left and right in Deus Ex. I have this thing where if a game doesn't have thievery mechanics, like if you don't get caught while stealing, like Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, for example, you can loot through every barrel in people's houses and they won't even say anything. If a game doesn't have any sort of thievery mechanics where guards get caught if you steal, I just take things because I feel like the developers made it to the point where they kind of expect you to take literally everything. But in a game like this one, I like to just try to play it straight. But this game really tempts you to steal because, I mean, it's like right there, you're going to see things that's very, very tempting that you want to take for yourself. Where is this darn... There it is. This is it. National Branch. Fellowship Hall. Let's go inside. Oh, there he is. That was pretty easy. Let's talk to this rather plump gentleman. You see a rotund older gentleman, who is at once humble yet dignified. His gentle eyes exude caring for his fellow person. Name? My name, good friend, is Batlin, and indeed it is truly a privilege to meet the Avatar in the flesh. Great, what can you tell me about Elizabeth and Abraham? E.A. My good colleagues Elizabeth and Abraham were just here. They left this morning from Minnock on Fellowship business. They deal with the distribution and collection of funds. Voice. Only active or potential Fellowship members are privy to the concept of the voice. I can tell thee more when thou dost take the Fellowship test. Test? Oh, art thou ready to join the Fellowship? No, not now. Until thou art ready to join, I cannot tell thee any more about the test. Okay, fair enough. We're not going to choose join then. I was once a druid. Now I am the leader and the originator of the Fellowship. It is rapidly growing throughout Britannia and keeps me very busy, as thou canst well imagine. Ha ha ha. Alright, Fellowship. The Fellowship was formed 20 years ago with the full approval and support of Lord British. It is a society of spiritual seekers who strive to reach the highest levels of human potential and to share this knowledge freely with all people. Spiritual. The Fellowship advances the philosophy of sanguine cognition. We read this already, but I'll read it again. A way to apply a positive order of thought to one's life through what is called the triad of inner strength. Sanguine cognition, tell me about it. We strive to avoid the mistakes made by mystics and sages since the dawn of time. They apply the standards of the past, such as the virtues, for example, to qualify the present, and thus they do not perceive it correctly. We seek to examine our present lives each on our own terms and see the world the way it is. Triad. The triad of inner strength is simply three basic values that, when applied in unison, enable one to be more creative, satisfied, and successful in life. Okay, values. The three values of the triad of inner strength are strive for unity, trust thy brother, and worthiness precedes reward. Unity. When we say strive for unity, it is simply our way of expressing how the people of Britannia should all cooperate and work together. A worthwhile sentiment, I am certain thou wouldst concur. He's like really proud of himself, isn't he? He's like, I'm right. You agree, right? Oh, I don't. Trust. What the Fellowship means by this is that the people are all the same, and the world is, generally speaking, a supportive, nurturing place. The trust we place in each other is like the pinions that hold our society together. Quite true, wouldst thou not say? Worthiness. Allow me to explain the meaning of worthiness precedes reward. Each one of us seeks something which we desire from life, and we must strive to be worthy of that which we seek. It would be difficult for thee to disagree, I'm quite sure. My goodness. Virtues. They are perfectly adequate for those who feel that they still need them for whatever reason, but no one, not even thyself, thou must admit, Avatar, can fulfill them perfectly. Therefore, they are a philosophy that is ultimately based upon failure. We have never claimed that our teachings are a substitute, excuse me, for the virtues. However, ours is a belief that is based upon success, not failure. And that is all he has to say. And he's kind of got us there that virtues aren't exactly perfect. Because it's very hard to be an avatar of all the virtues. In fact, it should be impossible because each virtue conflicts with each other when you do that whole character creation thing with the Gypsy and the previous Ultima games. Until we meet again, Avatar. Alright. Wow, my goodness, it's been 40 minutes already. I was going to go to the museum because I did so when I was trying to record on Thursday. But I think we're just going to move on from Britain for now. My next task right now is to basically... I can delete this save right now, no need for that. The Trinsic secret I showed off the other day. We're going to go to Vesper. That's where our ship is. We have to go through the swamps here, or we can take the Moongate. I think we're going to go ahead and take the Moongate. So let's wander ourselves in that direction. And Stones has signified that we're close to Britain's Moongate. Also changed my mind in regards to Yana. We're going to go ahead and unequip the dagger, move her hawk onto her shoulder. It would show it on her shoulder if we switched over to the Serpent Isle paper doll. I'm going to go ahead and give Spark's sling to her. We gotta take off the shield first because it's two-handed. And there we go. I think the sling does a bit more damage, I'm not sure. Let's step into the Moongate and hopefully we'll be near Minnock and on our ways to Vesper. Or we can get hurt. That always works. This is Jellum. This is you. Can't really tell, but we're around here somewhere. There's also a guy here that we're not going to talk to. And this is... okay, we're near Minnock. Can't tell from the map, but I think we're like right here. I played this game many times over the years, so I kind of know where we're at. There's a lot of stuff to find in the world of Britannia, but we gotta be careful because we're not exactly well trained. Don't think we got any experience recently, have we? Yolo's level 4 now, that's good. Yana's still level 3, Dupre is 3, so is Shamino, so is Spark. Let's head our way to Vesper. And from Vesper, we're gonna go to Trinsic. We gotta buy a backpack for Yana. There's that sound again. I imagine it's harmless. Good news though, if you remember the character Catherine in Trinsic, she wouldn't get up out of bed. Like, she sort of disappeared when she got out of bed in the very first town. I can't remember if I mentioned this in the last part or if it was my failed recording on Thursday. But I tested it out on a different character in Castle British and they get up just fine. I was worried about that because we have to wake up a character in the main story. And if she doesn't wake up properly, then it's gonna be, may not be able to finish the game. I think we can go this way though. I want to see if I can bypass the swamps here. I don't want to walk through them. The swamps are kind of dangerous for us. There's a deer over there, though. Let's go down this way. I think we can cross over eventually if I can find it. My goodness. Okay, nothing here. Here we go. Right through here. Let's go ahead and equip our swamp boots. Every character. Like I said, I kind of don't need to. Swamp boots are the same defensive score as leather boots and even magic boots. So we can totally just leave them equipped throughout the entire game. Same thing goes for Serpent Isle. Got a slime trying to attack us. How about you? Curse thine offspring. They don't have offspring, unless they're copies of each other counts. Let's go this way. Through here. I'll leave the swamp boots on just in case. I'm gonna go in this direction. We are low on food. Hopefully we'll find some deer to hunt. There's a cave here, which goes somewhere. We're not gonna go inside though. Going down here. Ah, a deer. Let's attack it. How about you? They're kind of fast. Go. Alright, let's go ahead and loot this deer. And this is how I earn food in this game. I like to go ahead and fight deer. And fill up a bag. Deer meat is pretty good for feeding your characters. Each food has different different food points. Like, I think a piece of cheese fills you up less than a piece of meat. Mutton and ham, I think, are the best. I think beef. Deer meat is actually not the best, but it's easily gotten, so I always try to hunt deer because it's a free way to get food early in the game. There's another one here. 2 arms to the death. And Shamno's the food guy, of course, because he's a ranger. Now, if you go back up to the screen here, the best thing about hunting for meat is that these characters, these deers, there's wolves here too. How about you? How about you? Victory. Did we get any experience? I'm still level 3. Yellow is 4. I think it might be a good idea to put experience bars under these bars, but probably no room for it. I bet Dominus thought about that. But like I said about the deer, if you walk back to where they are, they should respawn. This one didn't. That happens sometimes. Ah, more wolves. My goodness. Well, at least we get experience, right? Unfortunately, these wolves don't have any meat, so let's go back down here. But usually when... More wolves? My goodness. Come on, leave me alone. Scorpion. I'm probably going to increase the FPS again. This combat's a little slow to me. But if you walk back to where the deer are, they just sort of immediately respawn, as you can see here. The deer is back. I'm going to hunt these deer for a little while. Actually, I don't think so. I'm going to go ahead and just take this and move on. But yeah, if this is your first time playing, just... If you don't have the money to buy food, just hunt deer. They're very easy to take out. Just leave the screen, come back, and there's going to be a deer to take out. As well as some scorpions. How about you? And good, there we go. We are out of the swamps, which means I can re-equip my boots here. Just so. That's not boots. What am I doing? Those are crossbow bolts. You can't wear those. Oh, he already has. That's all he has, I mean. There. 15 minutes already. Oh well. I'll always play a little longer, I guess, but my voice gets really tired. Honestly, 30 minutes in, I had to take a break twice while recording this and drink some water. Take about a minute or two. That's what I get for talking a lot today. I had to talk a lot before I started recording today. It's afternoon time right now. Evening even. Almost 6 o'clock. But going through here, and there's also areas to explore around here, but I'm not going to do that just yet. There's some fun areas to check out that I know where they're at. But let's just continue onwards towards Vesper. Ah, Snake. I've always wanted to say this. How about you, Snake? Unfortunately, they don't have anything. When can you rest? Never. We're almost there anyways. I get really OCD, like, obsessive about them staying in formation. When they go off too far, I have to stop and sort of bring them back. I guess the creator of this engine never managed to fix it. It probably breaks other things if he does fixes it. There's no option in the options menu to switch to the old school formation. Speaking of which, the formation in the original game looked different versus this wedge formation that Exel provides. But we are here. Down here is the tavern. We're not going to talk to anybody in this town yet. Like, use a drink? You already have a drink. You have 3 of them, Dupre. Don't be greedy. Oh, we can end off this part in about 10 minutes with our ship. This is the Golden Ankh. Unfortunately, no motif at the, no flagship at the end. But you open this. This is our storage container section. We can store anything here. We got healing potions. I will take all of that for good old Yana, because she's the healer. We'll also give to Prey all the alcohol that he can drink. He'll be the drink guy. And we don't need torches because we got the fire sword. So that means we can put away these torches. Now I'll go ahead and put Chuckle's scroll there. Also go ahead and put the scroll we got from Christopher's house here, as well as his fellowship medallion, to save up some room in our inventory. I'll also go ahead and double click this gem, which I forgot to do. We got this gem from Lord British, which shows us the entrance to the Castle of Fire back in Ultima 3. In this game, this is what the Castle of Fire entrance looks like. So, yeah, we'll eventually find that in the future. Close that, and in here we got food. That's why I didn't want to fill up this food bag with deer meat right away, because I did that when I was trying to record on Thursday. I filled up his entire bag, only to find out later that there's food in this barrel. I'll carry what I can, though. We are good on food for quite a while. I'll take all the things. I'm also going to try something in just a few seconds, because I think if you try to feed YOLO a piece of cheese, this happens. No, thank you. Okay. Should I wait or mention it now? Basically, I think YOLO is lactose intolerant, so he doesn't eat cheese. I saw that happen in another streaming video a long time ago. Well, let's head to Trinsic. And this is how you travel in the... What was that? It would seem the nearby island is not at all stable. Interesting. That must be the Castle of Fire. We'll find the Castle of Fire later. I think actually in a few parts from now, we will find ourselves doing the add-on Forge of Virtue. I like to do that rather early, for two reasons. One, it's fun, and you get some really cool stuff from it. Alright, let's head off to Trinsic. We don't need a sextant. I know where I'm going. I just keep going this way, we'll find our way towards, I think, Britain and Pause. Speaking of which, it's almost afternoon time. I gotta go back to Pause eventually. Not in this part. Just down here. Alright, where are we at? We're gonna make it. This is the Pause dock, I believe. It's also foggy now for some reason. It's making my portraits look bright. It's funny. I think I like playing Ultima 7 on my widescreen. The pillar box in here is very handy for your portraits, so nothing's blocked in the main game window. When I play this on my 4x3 LCD IPS in the other room, the portraits, there's no pillar boxing when I play on that. So the portraits are like right here, and blocks the game area. I may always play on my widescreen. For Underworlds 1 and 2 and Ultima 8, I would like to play on that PC. I got this weird thing where I don't like pillar boxing or letterboxing. So if I can avoid it, I will. And here it is. This is, if the birds would get out of the way, this is the Trinsic dock. Yeah, I feel like I'm the only person that doesn't like pillar boxing or letterboxing in games. Unless the game is designed that way, like Resident Evil 4. Alright, let's talk to Johnson. Not Johnson. That is Johnson, never mind. We already chose all those things. Password, Blackbird. Let's go buy ourselves a chest. Not a chest. A backpack for Yana. That way she can carry more stuff. And sort of organize our inventory a little bit for the next 5 or 10 minutes. And also we can grab some crates as well from the smithy. If you need more storage space on your ship, we will store a lot of things on our ship. It's going to be a very handy transportation vehicle. Alright, Dell is right here. I think named Dell. How long has the company existed for? Where's he going? What the deuce? What the heck, man? He likes to sell stuff, but then I'm here as a paying customer and he just leaves? Well, he's back, so let's talk to him. Okay, back to what I was thinking about. Dell, the company. How long has that company been around? Were they around 1991? They probably were, right? Alright, job. Well, when I think the name Dell, I think the company. Provisions, we'll buy him, her, a backpack. 12 gold, yeah, that's fine. Thou already has thy hands full, idiot. Anything else for thee today? Oh, okay, I guess I didn't buy, huh? Well, I guess we're gonna have to put that down for now. Buy. Backpack. Yes. Very good. At least we're getting somewhere. Let's go ahead and buy some bedrolls. We're gonna buy 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The reason why I buy those is because I like to have each party member have a bedroll with them, just because thematic reasons. Doesn't take up much space, only costs 1 stone, and it just feels weird to go to sleep in the wilderness when no one else has a bedroll. It's like they're up 24/7. They are, kind of, like, mechanics-wise, but I like to pretend, you know. Okay, let's give her the bag, which won't fit. We'll drop all these for now. Keep 1 bedroll. Can I put it here? No. Keep 1 bedroll for her, and keep 1 bag here. You can put the hawk in the backpack, which actually does kind of make sense. I mean, the hawk can poke its head out of the bag. I don't know how she fit it in her bag unless it's a very huge bag, but, well, it is Ultima VII. It's just a video game, so no big deal. Let's go ahead and give YOLO the bedroll as well. That's Spark can have a bedroll as well. Shamino. Here you go. And Dupre. There, now they're ready to sleep. It's much more fun to mess with the paper doll in Serpent Isle, because you get a visual representation of each piece of armor, bag, backpack on the paper doll. It was really, really, for me, and even back then, a very advanced mechanic. That was like a 1991-92 video game too. Even today, this game is rather impressive. I'm just really glad this software exists. I think even Richard Garriott thanked the developers for doing this, because, as the website says, as computers evolve, we risk losing games from the not-so-distant past, though this game is rather distant. Let's go ahead and put our stuff away, though. Oh, right, I forgot to do something. Let's go back intrinsic. Just one more thing I want to do here. We're going to go back to Sparks and Chris's house. We're going to take Sparks' parrot with us, recruit him into our party, and this chest has some stuff in it I don't really need, so I'll put it in Dupre's inventory for now. But what I'm here for is these chests specifically. Go ahead and sheath his 2-handed sword. He can't carry that. These are 10 stones, pretty heavy. Spark is strong enough to carry a chest. Good, he's getting to be a strong lad. I'm a good teacher, aren't I? Speaking of which, how many experience does he have? Not that much. Yellow's already 500 experience. You see what I mean about crossbows being very good in this game? And, you know, Shamla being a ranger, I don't think I mentioned this, he doesn't have a bow with him. He should have a bow with him. I don't know why he doesn't. Actually, I think that might be a bug. I'm pretty sure he starts with the bow and some arrows. Can't remember. I'm probably wrong, aren't I? Ah, we're level 4. That's good. I'd like to go ahead and get some experience before we head off to the Isle of Fire. So, which won't be for the next few parts. Alright. Well, this house is all over and done with, and for some reason Marcus the trainer went inside Sparks' house. I have no idea why. I think he walked in there just to open up the windows. What the heck, man? That's not your house. What are you doing in there? Oh, let's go back to the ship, which is just right over here. May as well not skip ahead. It's been a little over an hour on my end, but I'm not done yet. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and organize our new ship. This is why I don't buy a ship in this game. I wouldn't mind, though, if we did. Like, if you wanted to buy a ship, even though you get one for free, it's still worth getting, because these ships, you're basically buying the motif here at the end, which does add a lot of character to the ship. Unfortunately, the golden ankh doesn't have any sort of decoration on the end. So, yeah. The money does come by easily in this game, by the way. Let's go ahead and put our chests in here. right there. Dupre. I like to get chests that you can lock. Just because I like to do that. It's fun. We're going to put our plot important stuff in here. Organize that a little bit. Anything we get from the story will go in here. And these, I'm going to dump these off somewhere else in the future. And this will be... Actually, I'll put it right here. How about this? Just so I know. We don't need any of these at all. We got the fire sword. And later on, you can use magic to see in the dark. There we go. This barrel will be our weapons barrel. So we'll put something in here. If I can figure out what. Do we have weapons to put in here? I do not know. Spark? No. Alright, here we go. We can put the musket and the ammunition in there. I'm also gonna keep this thing there. In fact, I think I'll give... We're probably gonna dump these somewhere in the next part. Let's see. The inventory gets really messy, by the way. I have to keep double checking. Got the gold there. How much gold do we have? We got 692. That's still quite a bit. Okay, the avatar is good. YOLO is good. Spark, the parrot. Let's go ahead and get our ship. Come on, Shamino. There we go. We'll go ahead and put our parrots right. I like to put them right here if I can. It's a little finicky. It's my favorite word, isn't it? There we go. Right behind Spark. Now we got a little parrot companion with us. His name, what should I name him? I guess I'll leave it to you if you make it this far. Let me know what you want to name the parrot. I have nothing in mind right now other than snacks in my head. We could name him Pizza because I had pizza today. Or Brownie, had a brownie dessert. So he could be named Brownie. If you like the name Brownie, I'll just call him Brownie. Let's see. Shamino's good. And Dupre, we're going to dump these off somewhere. Probably back intrinsic. We don't need these extra weapons. And Yana is good. We'll give her, whoops. These here, and there we go. And that's about it. So let's go equip ourselves, or rather, dock ourselves. Back here. I love traveling on this ship, by the way. Let's go ahead and stop right here, and when we come back, we are going to finally obtain a sextant very, very soon. And after that, I might either go to Minnock and pursue Elizabeth and Abraham, and the Crown Jewel, and the Man with a Hook, or venture onwards to you. We will see.